time for Teaching by Tales. I'm Jonathan Kruk. This is Steve KELMAN. And we're here thanks to the Portchester Council for the Arts to bring you some stories from different parts of the world. But first, reach out with your hands and a little imagination and catch hold of some stories. And now, say 1, 2, 3, and then throw the stories into my hat. Go ahead. I'll put it on my head, and I'll know exactly what stories to tell and how to tell them. Whenever you hear a story from a storyteller, it's always different than the time before. This story comes from France. It was gathered and put out hundreds of years ago. It's called Bill the Froggy Prince. Once upon a time, in a castle grand, a queen cried, "Princess, are you going to lounge about the castle all the day long?" "What, mother? Me? Yes, you. Why don't you go outside and play? It's a glorious day." "Mother, with whom shall I play?" "Oh, get over yourself. There's plenty of children outside for you to play with." "But mother, not one of them is a prince or a princess. Why should I play with them?" "You should play with someone instead of sitting around sulking in this castle. Now go." "I'll go, but I'll play in my own way." And the princess gathered up her golden ball. "Go ahead, get yours." And out she went. She went by all the other kids with her golden ball in her gown, and she sat down by a little stream. And then she began to throw the ball and catch it. The other kids watched her with saucer eyes, throwing up and catching the ball. She thought, "I'll show these kids what a princess can do," and she threw the ball really high and caught it. Then she thought, "I'll show them what a princess can really, really do," and she threw the ball really high and turned to look away to catch it without looking, but everyone say splash! The ball splashed into the stream. Ah! Ow! And it got her gown wet. The kids laughed. "You got wet, you got wet." She couldn't take it. "Ah! Ah! Ow! You silly, nasty golden ball! How dare you splash me in front of all of those common kids! You get out of the water at once! Get out! Get out! You're going to be punished, whipped with a wet noodle or something." Well, the golden ball just sat at the bottom of the stream. The princess, ready to have a tantrum, when a voice interrupted. "I can fetch that ball for thee, Bow." Bow. Who said that? Who's talking to me? No one's allowed to talk to me unless first they get written permission from my father. He's the king. Now come out. Whoever you are, you're going to get punished. Whipped with a wet noodle, I would think. Well, out appeared a green, slimy, warped-encrusted, liver-lipped brute. Not much to look at. I'm talking ugly, horrific frog. Ew! You're disgustifying. Putrefaction. Grossifying, too. I'm sorry I'm a frog, but hey, because I'm a frog, I can fetch that golden ball for thee, brute. Well, don't just sit there, slime face. Get my golden ball. Will you give me a reward? Will I give you a reward? I'm a princess. I can give you anything you want. Get my golden ball! You promise, Boo? Boo? I promise, Boo? Boo? Get my golden ball! And the frog leaped, landed, splashed and swam down to the bottom of the pond, gathered up the golden ball, patooey, and spit it in two. The princess's hands. She turned, and, without even a word of thanks, the haughty thing began to walk away. And the frog, Boo, Boo, hopped along. What about my reward? Your reward? All right, so what do you want? Flies? Beetles for breakfast? Your own pond? Listen, I haven't got all day. Oh, no, nothing like that. See, all I want is one slightly wet kissy. Ew. Putrefaction, grossifying, disgustomania. How dare you ask me for a kiss? I'm gonna stomp you for that. And the princess began to jump and round about, trying to stomp on that frog. But fortunately, the little thing was good at hopping and got away. Do-do-do-do. They sounded the dinner horn in the castle, and the princess went in. She sat at a table longer than this room, and there sat, pulling his beard, the king. Go ahead and pull on your beard. And there, twirling her hair, the queen, twirl yours. They wondered, what did you do today? Yes, daughter, what did you do today? When you don't want to tell your parents everything you did in a day, what do you say? That's right, nothing! Like you spent the whole day. I'm doing nothing. Haven't done a thing all day. Just been right here. She said nothing about the lost ball. She said shh about the frog. She said about the promise and about the butler blew it open. He interrupted the dinner, announcing, introducing his lordship, the frog! And the frog leaped and landed right in the princess's pudding. It swam up with raisins sticking to its warts, saying, I've a tale to tell. Boo, boo. The king cried, ooh! The queen said, zoons! And the princess said, you say anything, I'll whack you with this spoon. And whack, whack, whack. She tried to whack, but the frog, being good at jumping, got away and got out the tale that I have been telling you. Princess, you promised this frog a kiss. Go ahead, deliver it. But father, he's disgustifying. Daughter, you made a promise. You have to keep it. You're a princess after all. But mother, he's grossification. He's disgustomania. Then go to your room. Go to my room. What embarrassment I have. Wah! I'm gonna have a real big tantrum. Wah! And she screamed all the way into her room and sat down on the end of her bed and pulled a power pout. Now, to help out, go ahead and make your most powerful power pout puss. Bum, bum, bum. What's that? Bum, bum, bum. Maybe the cook bringing my dinner to me. Ew! It's you! You slimy wart-faced thing! What do you want? Get off of my pillow! Everyone, wave your hand. Say whack! Say woo! Say ka-thud. Say slither, slither, slither. And now say ka-thunk. And go twitchy, 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 twitchy. Froggy, what were you doing on my pillow? How dare you get any slime on my pillow? The princess peered in and took a close look at the frog she had pushed off of her silken pillow. And there, the little creature splayed out on its back like that. Hurt. For the first time in her life, the princess felt sorrow for someone other than herself. It moved her to reach down and scoop up the little frog. Go ahead, pretend you're holding the frog. Cup it in your hands. Close your eyes. It's all just for pretend. But do make this sound. Go. Frog kissers, You are frog kissers. The princess, too, kissed the frog. And when she did, she marveled at what happened next. Ha! Young man, what are you doing in my room? Did you call me young man? Of course. What else would I call you? Oh, I don't know what you've been calling me. Froggy lips, wart face, slime head, that stuff. But you're a young man. I am? I am. My skin, it's not green. The warts are gone. You did it. You did it. You broke the spell. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Hey, as long as I'm here on bended knee, will you marry me? The princess knew about boys. She said, ew, yicky blackers, disgustomania, crucifixion. Boys are disgustifying. Girls, would you agree? Boys, would you object? But after a few years, when they grew up and worked a few things out, oh, here it comes, they got married and lived happily ever after, except for one thing. Whenever a fly buzzed by, that young man would try to catch them. But when you think about all the bad habits men have, catching flies is really not all that bad. And dare I say, this story, why, didn't you think it was pretty good? Thank you, the Frog Prince. Friends, this next story comes from, well, many places. Some say it may have started someplace in Africa, maybe in Ghana, went to the Caribbean, maybe to Jamaica, and ended up down south. Could have been in Georgia, but now, here it is in New York. Forget about it. It's called Big Fish, Small Pond. Once upon a time, there stood a pond about the size of your arms around. So go ahead and make that pond. In the pond lived a big fish. Wiggle your hand into the big fish. There also lived little fish. Turn your little fingers into the little fish. The little fish bothered Big Fish. Big Fish, Big Fish, would you play a game with us? What kind of game? It has to be a big fish game, or I'm not playing. Oh, it is. It's tag, you're it. Tag, you're it. Big fish, you're supposed to come and chase us. I don't want to play tag. Why not? That's a little fish game. That's why not. Oh, we know, Big Fish. How about we play hide and go fish? Everyone turn your little fingers into the little fish and make them hide behind your back. Make your big fish. Big fish would not go and find the little fish. So make your little fish hide behind your head. Big fish just looked and said, I'm not playing that game either. Hide and go fish. That's a little fish game. Oh, Big Fish, come on. Won't you play something with us? Oh, we know. Big Fish, why don't you give us a fishy back ride, fishy back ride. Make your little fish jump on your big fish. Say, fishy back ride, fishy back ride. You know, it's kind of like when you jump on your dad's back. Fishy back ride. Go off of my fins, you silly little fish. Huh? I'm not playing that game either. Oh, Big Fish, what do you want to do? What do I want to do? I want to get out of this small pond. That's what I want to do. I wish I could. Oh, be careful when you make a wish, especially in a story. Rain then fell. Turn your fingers into falling rain. It fell and it fell and it fell and it drained into the small pond. which with all the rain grew bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and make your pond go bigger and go gush! It broke over its banks and tumbled all the way down into our Hudson River. Now I can get out, and Big Fish swam from the small pond into the stream and went all the way down into the Hudson River. And there Big Fish said, "Ha ha, look at me, I'm swimming over here." Make your big fish swim over there. I'm swimming over there. I'm swimming here and there and there and here and whoa, the river got rough. The river got wild. Make your big fish get over there and be swished over there and pushed over there and tumbled and Big Fish needed a rest from the rough tides of the Hudson River. Put your big fish down by your knee. And there Big Fish rested. Along swam two enormous fish. Turn your arms into enormous fish. They snapped their jaws and they looked down and said, "Let's go down there and swallow up that tiny fish." "What? That puny thing? Too small. Not even for a treat to eat." "Yeah, but I'm hungry." "Well, let's go swallow up the kids listening to this story. We'll eat the storyteller too in that funny hat. Here we go." Are we in the fish's belly? Well, the big fish swam up and said, "Whoa, I thought I was a big fish, but they said I was tiny. They said, now, make bigger fish bump into our big fish." Big Fish found, oh, I'm surrounded by a school of fish. They're all the same and they're all bigger than me. And Big Fish couldn't get away. Every time Big Fish swam, he bumped into the belly or into the fins of one of the fish in the school. And chugga, 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 it grew worse. On top of the Hudson River chugged a fishing boat. And they tossed a fishing net into the water and scooped up the entire school of fish, Big Fish included. Go ahead, please make a big fish squishy face. Big Fish squiggled and wiggled and wiggled and squiggled. "I don't want to be taken out of the water. Why, these fishermen, they are going to turn this whole school of fish into meow cat food." You're laughing. Would you like to be turned into cat food? Neither did Big Fish. Big Fish squiggled and wiggled until Big Fish came to a hole in the net. Go ahead and make it. And see if your big fish is small enough to squeeze through a hole in the net. Big Fish squeezed through and swam through the river back to the stream and returned with a splash to our small pond. Bloop, 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 bloop. Big Fish? Big Fish, is that you? Yes, it is. What happened? We thought we lost you in the storm. You did. Where were you? I went into the Hudson River. Big Fish, we heard it's dangerous there. Well, first it was fun. What happened? What happened? Well, I swam here and swam there, but oh, the river got rough, wild. What happened? It turned me upside down. Oh no, Big Fish, did you drown? Almost. I rested by a rock. What happened next? Along swam two enormous fish. Why, they had teeth as big as you little fish. Whoa, teeth as big as us. Big Fish, did the enormous fish eat you up? Almost. They said I was too small, not even to be a treat to eat. What? You too small? Well, they didn't eat you. No, they ate all the kids watching this story, the storyteller too. Oh, well, that's good. What happened next? Well, I got caught in the school of fish. Did you learn anything in school, Big Fish? Yes. What? Stay out of school. Of fish? Why? Why, we got caught in a fisherman's net. Oh no, Big Fish, did you get taken out of the water and turned into cat food? Meow. Almost. I was the only fish small enough to squeeze through a hole in the net. Then what? Then what? I swam back here. But we thought you didn't like it here. Well, I'd like to play tag. I'm it. I'm gonna get you, little fish. No, you're not. Now turn your hand into the little fish and turn your other hand into the big fish and play some tag. Tag, you're it. Tag, you're it. Hide and go fish. Make your little fish hide behind your back. Make your big fish find them. Make your little fish hide behind your head. Make your big fish find them. Make your little fish hide behind the head of someone, perhaps sitting next to you. Make your big fish come and find them. And now, everyone say, fishy back ride, fishy back ride, fishy back ride. Big fish, tell us the story of the Hudson River again. And Big Fish told the tale I have just told you. Tell it again, cried the little fish, and Big Fish told it again. And again, and again, and over, and you know, I went out to that small pond, and I stuck my head in the water, and I heard, why, hit down at the bottom of a Hudson River. Big Fish is still at the bottom of that small pond, telling the tale of the Hudson River. You see, Big Fish learned something. Sometimes it's good to be a big fish in a small pond. And that's the tale of Big Fish, Small Pond. Thanks for listening. Come on now and travel with me to the country of Greece to listen to a tale from Aesop, a fine fabulist. The story is called, the fable is called, watch for the message at the end, called a moral. At the end of the story of Mouse and Lion. Once upon a time, a jungle shook with such a mighty roar. I can't make it by myself. When I lift my hands, roar until they come down. So you know what kind of a sound there was in that jungle of roaring. Roar! Put on some zebra stripes. Get worried. What was that? Put on some gazelle antlers. I don't know, but it sounded scary. Put on a rhinoceros horn. I think it's lion. When Rhino said the name lion, it caused monkey and snake to go into paroxysms of fear. Go ahead, make yourself a fearful monkey. And Snake shook too, scared. Mouse appeared. Squeak! What was that? Sounded like lion. I think it was lion. I know it's lion. In some kind of trouble. Now, Giraffe stretched her neck over the trees. Turn your arm into Giraffe's neck. Oh, I see it is lion. In trouble. Good. Lion's mean. Let him stay in trouble. Lion tried to bite. Lion tried to eat me up. Hoo-hoo, hoo-hoo. The animals agreed they didn't want to help Lion. They said that creature is too mean to be helped. Squeak. Well, just because someone's mean doesn't mean we should be mean too. What do you mean, Mouse? I mean, maybe we should help Lion. Why would we want to help a mean lion who bites? Why would we want to help a lion who tries to eat us up? Hoo-hoo! 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 Well, I'm gonna try. Turn your hand into Mouse. Is yours brave enough to help? Well, then off with her. Mouse found a lion in a field, one paw up. Mouse, I'm glad someone heard my roar. I need help, not from a pipsqueak like you, sorry, but from some larger creature to pull out this thorn. Mouse looked. Lion, your paw looks red and swollen and bloody. It is. I stepped on a thorn. It's gone straight through my paw. I can't walk, or eat, or even sleep. Get a big animal to pull this out. Lion, I'm afraid the big animals are afraid of you. I know I'm small, but if you let me, I think I could pull out that thorn. I'll try anything. Imagine me, the king of the beasts, getting help from a pipsqueak of a mouse. Here. Lion permitted Mouse to jump upon its swollen, bloody paw. And Mouse gripped the thorn. Go ahead, grip the thorn, everyone. And Mouse began to pull, and pull, and pull. Everyone, let's pull, and pull, and pull, and pull, and say, pop! Out popped the thorn. Lion grabbed Mouse by the tail and wailed, I'm hungry. I'm gonna start by eating you. But Lion, don't you want me to help you again? What? You help me again? Ha ha, you little pipsqueak. You were lucky to help me this time. Ha ha ha, imagine this little thing thinking it would help me again. Ha ha ha. And Lion roared with laughter. And accidentally let Mouse go. The other animals shook their horns and stripes and spots and said, we told you so. Lion's mean. You're lucky you got away, Mouse. Hoo-hoo, hoo-hoo-hoo. Now time passed, and again there came another mighty roar. Roar! What was that? I don't know, but it sounded scary. It's Lion again, no doubt. Everyone, listen. I see Lion. Again in some kind of trouble. Tangled up in a hunter's net. Good. Let the hunters take Lion. No more Lion to try to bite us. No more Lion to try to eat us up. Hoo-hoo! Hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Squeak! What is it, Mouse? Will someone come with me? Where are you going? To keep a promise. To whom did you promise something, Mouse? Lion. But I have to. I made a promise. I have to go and help. And off with Mouse keeping her promise. Make your mouse keep the promise. Mouse found a lion, tangled in a hunter's net. Oh, Mouse, I'm glad someone heard my roar. Please, go find a big animal and get me out of this net. Oh, Lion, I'm afraid the big animals are still afraid of you. I know I'm small, but if you let me, I could chew through the net. I'm very good at chewing. I'll try anything. Climb my tail. Mouse climbed Lion's tail, the only thing not in the net. And Mouse began to chew, and chew, and chew. Pretend you're Mouse, and chew the net. Let's chew, and chew, and chew, and chew, and chew, and chew, and chew. Hurry, Mouse, the hunters! I can smell them. They're coming. They'll have bows and arrows. Oh, but my teeth hurt. Mouse, please. Well, Mouse chewed and chewed and chewed and chewed and chewed and chewed until the hunters arrived with bows and arrows. Go ahead, pull yours back. But be before they could shoot the net which you may make with your hands, snapped, and Lion plunged out, and in one bound cleared over the hunters' heads. The hunters, angry at the mouse, drew back those bows and arrows, ready to shoot. Then there came one final roar. Everyone say, roar! And the hunters ran away. Lion strided out. Mouse. Lion, are you going to eat me now? Am I going to eat you, now that you have saved me twice? No. You're not? No, Mouse, you helped me. I did. I did. Mouse, you saved me with your help twice. You taught me something too. What? What did I teach the king of the beasts? Mouse, you taught me you're never too small to help. I like that. You're never too small to help. And Lion went on. Mouse, it would help if you could please forgive me for being so mean to you. I am sorry. Oh, now that you ask, I forgive you, Lion. Oh, thank you, Mouse. I'll make it up to you. Jump on my head. Put your mouse on your lion's head. And away the two went, the best of friends. The other animals didn't get it. What? What are they doing? What's happening? Nah, they didn't get it. I know we get it. You know, now, you're never too small to help. Now, you can help by giving a little round of applause for our little fable from Aesop, Mouse and Lion. Jonathan Kruk, Steve KELMAN, with a little story for you called The Tailor's Tale. Now once there lived, not too far from here, a clever tailor. His shop always crowded with customers. Gentlemen would come in and cry, "Tailor, I want the most suitable suit." The tailor would take out the cloth and cut, snip, and sew, and there the fellow would look fine and splendid. The ladies followed. "Now, tailor, I want the dressiest dress." Oh, when that tailor cut, snipped, and sewed, the lady looked anything but a mess. She looked her best. "Thank you." The tailor knew something. In life things change, but he, being clever, was ready. He had set aside some cloth for the day when things changed. Go ahead, 'tis a good thing to do. Take that cloth and set it aside. And lo, the day came when everything changed. "Tailor, your suits no longer are suitable. We're going to the mall." The ladies followed. "Tailor, we'd like to come here, but your dresses, well, we want to get them in the mall." And off they went, one and all. What? No customers? No one in my shop? What will I do? I don't know. Maybe I'll go broke. Maybe I'll just shrivel up and... The tailor cried and cried till he ran out of tears. He then remembered that cloth. You remember it. Take it out now. Now at least I can make something for myself. So the tailor took out his scissors and he cut, and he sewed, and sewed, everyone, take hold of the needle and thread, and let's help the tailor. And so, and so, and so, and so, the tailor made something for himself. A fine, fancy coat. And the tailor wore that coat, and he wore that coat, and he wore that coat, and he wore that coat, until he wore it inside out. Alas, it's all worn out. I'll have to throw it out. Do you see some good material there? The tailor did. The tailor again took out those scissors and cut. And sewed. Everyone please again. Let's sew. And sew. And sew. And sew. And so the tailor made a dashing vest. And the tailor wore that vest. And he wore that vest. And he wore that vest. Until he wore it inside out. I'll have to throw this out now. Oh, wait. There's still good material. You see it? The tailor took out again the scissors and cut and sewed. Everyone, let's sew and sew and sew and sew. He made a distinguished hat. Go ahead, tip your hat. For the tailor did as he wore that hat, and he wore that hat, and he wore that hat, until he wore the hat. You've got it inside out. He said, alas, now I'm going to have to... Oh, wait. Do you see some good material there? I do. Take those scissors out one more time, and let's cut. And so, and so, and so the tailor made an extraordinary button. And the tailor wore that button. And he wore that button, and he wore that button, and he wore that button, until he wore the button. No, not inside out. Until, ping, it popped off of his shirt, and it disintegrated, disappeared into the thin air. It was, like little kids say, all gone. But this was a clever tailor. He reached up. Everyone reach up. And he caught hold of that material, even though there was nothing left. And he turned that material into something that never wears out. He turned that material into the story I have now told you. Next time you're feeling sad or mad or bad or blue, here's what you do. Be like the clever tailor and turn it into a tale. And you'll find yourself feeling better when you make something into a tale. And good friends, that's the story. From here, Germany, and round about, of the Tailor's Tale. Thank you. I'm Jonathan Kruk. This is Steve Kelman. And we're grateful we had this time to make some stories for you, and we thank the Portchester Council for the Arts.